Battle 1.
Okay, now we continue with fight. We have Lord Uranus, which is the Roman equivalent of Uranus, the father of Cronus. Now it's funny because how I designed. Oh wow. I designed Uranus in the idea of Uranus is really more like a spoiled brat with perfection issues, really. He's really a spoiled brat to me, and that's how I've always designed him. I gave him the goldish blue because he's basically stars. He's the starry sky that basically covers Earth. And how I wrote it, Uranus was very pompous, very arrogant, and his main issue was the fact that for some strange reason Uranus always felt better than everyone. So in the lore, he will basically sent his kids to the underworld because he didn't like them. No, actually, basically devoured. Because he didn't like how they looked. He thought they were abominations. He thought they were horrible looking. So basically, he got rid of them. And how I wrote it, he does similar things. He brokers a deal with Tartarus, and he says, "Listen, bro, give me immunity from Thanatos, because I remember what Thanatos can do. So give me immunity from Thanatos, and I'll give you my kids, because I don't want them no more. They're hideous. They're monsters, they're beasts, and they need to die. So give me immunity, and I'll give you them." Basically how I wrote it, Tartarus thinking, hey, I could easily groom these kids up to be just monsters and like wreck. We'll basically grow up to kill Uranus anyway. But Gaia, being the protective mother that she is, she goes steer on the world. She's like, bro, I want the kids. Screw Uranus. I'll give you whatever it is that you want. I'll give you me if you want. Just let me get the kids back. See, that wouldn't have turned out that way in the book. But say again, arrogant, very arrogant. But like I was saying, basically it's like, let me get the kids back. I'll give you me if you want. So let's accept. He figures, well, Cronus' soul and Uranus is strong, so would be stronger anyway. He would be a better addition than having to train these kids. So he helps her. The back is broken. But anyway, so basically, she schemes with her children and plots to basically kill Uranus. And how it goes is, in the book and the lore, Cronus does eventually go up and basically, well, castrate his father. But he doesn't kill him. And that's where a very, bad thing comes into play. He doesn't actually kill him. And because he doesn't, one.
The battle rages on. Stand up and show your strength. Battle 3. Fight. KO. Only one fate awaits the defeated. You should have begged for forgiveness.
Sorry about that. This is always. Anyway, basically this is what happens. Cronus wins the fight and becomes the king of the Titans. And of course, eventually he ends up having to fight Zeus. Now on here, I have 3 different Zeus designs. I have Warrior Zeus. This is the Zeus that fought Cronus. Then this is the Olympus Zeus. This is the Zeus that's, oh well, I'm the king of Olympus. I can do whatever I want. I reign over Olympus. Then there is, not here. Basically a redesign of, Mystic Zeus, who doesn't really use the blade of Olympus as portrayed in God of War and in my book, or one specific blade, opposed to using, more mystical powers and all that good stuff. And then you have my Corrupt Zeus. Basically, that is when a dark force basically turns Zeus evil, and we'll use Corrupt Zeus. And you can tell he changes up basically how he fights. I'll use Warrior Zeus. That's one of the best examples of it. And I guess we'll use this one. This should be a pretty decent little area. Each Zeus was designed, Corrupt Zeus uses Nightmare style, while Warrior Zeus uses Siegfried style. What else is there? Oh, okay.
Am I good enough?
Yeah, so Warrior Zeus is, he's not really battle tested. He's not proven. He doesn't really know that, okay, well, he's good enough to fight. So he's really heavily armored. How I figured, when you're really afraid and you don't think that you're strong enough, you really prepare a lot. So, like I said, he's really heavily armored. And, he's very timid, he's shy. He doesn't really know. He's confident enough that he can beat them, but he's still kind of like doubtful. Corrupt Zeus, however, this is after Zeus has, become king of Olympus. Basically just a swamp of the white for black, to signify the difference. And he gets stronger in the fact that the sword, which he usually uses in 2 hands, plus I used it because it resembles the blade of Olympus, but where he uses it in 2 hands, he basically is one-handing this thing, and this sword is massive. He uses his powers of lightning a little bit more. He's much more aggressive, and basically how I've always figured it is, when he's corrupted by that darkness, he's basically there to go defeat the remaining good guys. He really isn't himself anymore. He doesn't have any free will. He is a servant to the chaos and the darkness. And that's how I basically designed him. Not a whole lot different. Basically, I'm pretty sure in terms of the greaves, I have more demonic style greaves on him, while in the other one he has the same greaves that he has for the gauntlets. Now, like I said, in terms of power, Corrupted Zeus would be much stronger in terms compared to it, because I've always believed, just like God of War kind of portrays, the Blade of Olympus basically absorbs the powers from each person you kill, and in turn makes the wield stronger. And by that point in time, Zeus would be like OP. Like, the blade would be OP. Now, mind you, he's not necessarily, I haven't decided yet if he's going to be using the same blade. If he's going to be using the same blade after he goes corrupt. I haven't decided. But now I get to go. So now I'm just going to do normal. I have never been good enough at this game to play like hardcore or anything like that. So we'll use Siegfried. Okay, so we'll use this one. Basically, he is one of the main guys. He's one of the main good guys. He uses the Blade of Sparta, and I have a lot of Lord Etons and a lot of different peoples, and but anyway, we'll use Kratos before he becomes the God of War Kratos as well, just for gameplay reasons. In terms of the story, Lord Eton is basically designed as this timid boy, basically. He becomes a warrior, and he wields this red sword, which is the Blade of Sparta. This blade, in turn, is used similar to how wow, so rusty, but it's similar to how the Blade of Olympus is used. You know, in terms of how it's used and its purpose, basically similar, except for it has more fire-esque to it. I wish, what's the word? I wish the game had better modeling for it, but by this point in time, the blade hasn't actually been released. This is a sealed form. The Blade of Sparta is not released yet. It's not even remotely released yet, so that is my opinion. He hasn't even unlocked this thing's true power. But later on, of course, and again, this is easy, so this is why it looks like that. And I wish it could be fancy with it, but I don't really remember. I haven't played this game in a long time. I played a lot of Injustice now. Oh, okay. Eat ice then, sir. Oh. Goodbye. Eat ice. And that's another thing I have a complaint with it, because, you know, basically the idea is old boy uses fire. Oh, okay, yeah. But at this point in time, he's become much more confident in his skill. And basically, by the end of the story, he is basically the Lycan Prince. I chose that one basically because in the story he meets one of the last remaining Lycans, lycanthropes, lycanthropy, and all that good stuff. And Knight Athena, that would be good. Chaos Kratos. I kinda gotta go for Chaos Kratos. But yeah, for me at least, like I said, Lycan Prince is basically designed after one of the last remaining Lycans. But basically, the main character has the ability to become a Lycan. He's part werewolf by this point in time, and basically same armor set. He has his father's armor. Oh goodness, I need my butt kicked. I switched to the Nightmare style because by this point he's got the strength of a Lycan, and in this form especially, oh wow! But in this form especially, he is just like strong enough to use this two-handed sword in one hand. So that is the idea in which we have. Don't get my butt kicked. Of course. Come on, sir. You got several different powers. You know, by this point in the game, he's pretty dark strong overpowered. Peace up. Filth. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye. But yeah, by that point in the book, he's pretty much, you know, able to. He's able to fight Zeus and Kratos. And, well, okay, Kratos in mythology is, at least if I'm looking things up, is the personification of strength. So if he is the personification of strength, swing by the back, get out my house. Now that's the blade of Spartan. And of course, this is the more released form of it. He's controlling the flames of Olympus. Not Olympus, but Spartan. Basically, it is Sparta is destroyed. That was stupid. But Sparta is destroyed, and the flames that destroy Sparta is out. The flames that destroy Sparta is used to build a sword, which allows you to harness them basically, and basically the equivalent of flames of Olympus. No one, not even the gods, can touch this thing, or you're gonna get killed. And I'm gonna die. Oh man, I'm dead. Oh well, real Lycan Prince can't kill Kratos. Should never use overpowered chaos creatures. He's like, oh, you broke my armor. It's just a scratch. I wish you could get the color for him, but you really can't. But that's all for now. I just wanted to bring some nice little PvP, well, not PvP, but Soul Calibur stuff to the mix. So hopefully you guys enjoy.